Summer is in the air, and just about one more week until Reserve Artisan Ales kicks off the summer patio session with live music. Next Friday, May 30th, from 6 to 9 p.m., you can hear live music by Jordan Danielson. You can sip on your favorite brews outside, enjoying the fresh air, and get yourself some food from the food trolley. Kick back and kick off summer the right way with Reserve Artisan Ales in Galesburg. We're kicking off something a little bit new here at the Dirty Dio podcast. We're going to do a weekly wind down with Rick. Every Sunday, I'm going to join my good buddy Rick Reed, and we're going to just sit and talk about whatever gets brought up. It's always good to catch up, especially with Rick, full of stories, a great guy. So we hope this gives everybody something consistent to look forward to. I know I've been slacking a little bit, but every Sunday, give or take, you'll be able to tune in and catch up while I catch up with Rick. So I hope everybody enjoys today's first session of the Weekend Wind Down with Rick Reed. Good morning, Rick. It's good to be back here after I've been lazy and had forever off.
Always fun to sit down and chat with you, especially since I ain't heard from you in a while.
Yeah, I've been slacking. I got busy mowing. But like I said in the intro, this is going to be our new Sunday thing, a little Sunday sit down with Rick. Hopefully keeps me in at least a rhythm once a week.
Well, especially to help keep you in a groove at least through the summertime.
Yeah.
Where you're not searching for people.
Try to get more people on in there, but I got busy with mowing and lazy and tired. So
and mowing and lazy and tired. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Here we are. So it's been a while since we've sat down. So I guess in general, how's things going?
Going pretty well. I had a really good 2-week stretch here health-wise that I felt, not that I'm going to go out and do somersaults, but been feeling better, and we've had to switch some medications, and I think that seemed to help.
That's good.
So I've been doing decent.
That's good. Hopefully you've been able to get spunky enough to give your wife a hard time still.
I always do that. No matter if I'm sick or down and out, I still do that every day.
Good. Keeps her on her toes, I guess.
Yes.
Of course, I bet she's been on her toes for the last 6 months pretty good.
Yeah, she's been pretty busy.
So I was just trying to think, the Sunday sit-down conversations, where to branch out. And I think I've thought of a couple things for this week. Next week, who knows? But I was thinking, obviously, baseball coach. Actually, let's talk about professional baseball.
Okay.
Real quick. I don't follow it like you do, but I know the past 2 weeks, the Cardinals have been one of the hottest teams.
Yeah.
But still didn't catch up.
Right.
They got within a game. I don't know what they are now.
They're 2 out right now.
But I was able to wear my Cardinal stuff again. All of a sudden, they won 9 in a row. I had no idea because I haven't been paying attention.
It was funny because I actually thought that St. Louis had moved their organization out of St. Louis because I hadn't seen anybody wearing any Cardinal stuff. And then they reel off 9 in a row, and it's just like, good
Yeah,
Lord.
Then we come back out.
Then everybody brings their stuff back out. I forgot there was even a team in St. Louis.
When the weather's nice, you go outside and play.
Yeah.
When it's rainy, you stay in.
No, they got a really good club, man. They're young. If the Cubs keep playing well, I don't know if the Cubs pitching will catch up to them, but it'll be a fun summer if they keep playing both the way they are.
I will say that with the schedule the Cubs started with, or April or whatever.
Oh, their April's terrible.
The rest of their season's a breeze.
Right, but you know how that plays in injuries and all that. Somebody overachieving, underachieving.
I don't even know. Is there any big time leaders, home runs in the league anywhere? Like Aaron Judge? I don't.
Well, they're all doing their thing,
I saw the Cardinals have was it most behind Aaron Judge? Was it home runs, hits, most hits? Some guy, some young kid. I don't know. Could have been a fake stat too.
Yeah, I don't know. We're watching Pete Crow Armstrong's becoming a superstar before our eyes, I believe. Mm-hmm. He's really went into a different level of baseball, so hopefully that keeps going. Cardinals got several good young players.
Yeah, and because they are I mean, is Arenado the oldest guy there?
Yeah, oh yeah, I would guess by far.
And did he actually turn down talks with the Dodgers to stay in St. Louis, or was that?
So he has to be, anytime they trade him, he has to approve it. And actually the Dodgers are on his list, so if they wanted to trade him, he'd have went to the Dodgers.
Right. I just saw some headline that said, and it looked like kind of a satire thing.
And I can't be 100%
know.
because I don't follow the Cardinals like I do the Cubs, so I don't. Maybe there was, but not that I'm aware of.
I can't imagine if he had a chance to go to the Dodgers, he's staying in St. Louis.
Well, I wouldn't think.
But I don't know. Maybe once you have 100 or 200 million, that's enough.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes a difference after that.
I've always wondered that too. Here's a $200 million contract.
Really,
okay.
Think about it. After the first 10 million.
Yeah, but now I can go to the Dodgers for 210 million. Like, what's that 10 million going to do?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I'd probably be the same way. I'm sure a chance to win a ring is.
That's what it gets into when you get to be his age.
But at the same time, you think, you know what? I'm going there and I'm taking a pay cut because I want to win a ring. I'm only going to make 100 million this year.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to do it, but
you're more known in baseball if you get those rings. That'll benefit you down the road.
Yeah. So now I guess switching back to baseball, that's what you're more used to.
Mm-hmm.
I started thinking, like, as far as conversations go, you've coached baseball, you've been around baseball for your whole life. So let's do some scenarios here.
Okay.
So you're getting ready to play for a state championship in high school.
Okay.
There's one game left.
Okay.
All your pitchers are healthy.
Okay.
All your pitchers are rested. And the kids you've coached, what 3 pitchers are you looking at in the kids you've coached? Now, this is not saying if you don't say one of the kids' name, that these are just 3 that, like, you know what? They can handle the pressure. They can physically Who are 3 kids you're looking at to put out there?
I would probably say Logan Goff.
Okay.
Cody Marquith.
Okay.
And Jason Heiss.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Obviously I know Cody. Logan, I don't remember. I was just trying to think of kids more, since I've been there, but I figured Jason would be one. Cody's left-handed, right? Kind of sidearm.
Cody
Was he? Was he?
Right-handed, yeah.
But you've told me he could whip that thing.
Oh yeah, he got after it. He was a good pitcher, man. He really had a lot of tools.
I don't even.
Logan Goff was the soft tossing right-hander, but man, he could get people out that year. That was my first year here. He pitched for me, and that Brimfield team was really good that year, and he beat them like 3-1. And he could get people out, man. He just knew how to pitch.
Yeah, I think this year's team had a couple kids that, their success wasn't what they wanted it to be, but couldn't real throw hard. But at the same time, that's just as hard when kids are used to it.
Cam Tuddill's that way.
Yeah, knows how to get it over.
He throws strikes and he knows how to pitch, man. You can get people out. I've told him that since he's a freshman.
Now, is it the same 3 pitchers? You need 3 outs to win the game. You going in the same 3, or is there something different in that situation? I don't know how different it is in high school as it is to major leagues. They're all healthy. They're all rested. You still going with essentially the same 3 guys to get 3 outs?
Probably.
I said, I didn't figure there'd be much difference.
The 3 that I'm going to go to, then I would say those would be the 3.
So now, same question, but Knoxville players that you have played with, seen, know, what 3 pitchers you going with?
So this counts everyone.
This talking about when you were here, or even before, guys you knew before, like who you putting on the mouth, who's 3 guys you looking at to start the state championship game?
Scott Woods.
Okay. He was an all-stater, right?
I don't think so.
No. We had that debate.
Yeah.
You thought he should have been.
Yeah.
I think he's still in the stats in the state.
He's like 7th all-time for single season
for
hitting.
Okay.
Scott Woods, Pat Heiss. Probably Brent Dugan.
Yeah, so Pat went on to pitch
Western Illinois.
Division I Western. Did Scott play in high
He
school?
went to Monmouth College.
Okay.
I'm not sure about. He might have been an All-American at Monmouth. I can't remember.
And Dugan went to Monmouth.
Monmouth, right.
And he's got like his pitching tales. He's told me are like, didn't he pitch a doubleheader back to back?
He did do that at Monmouth College. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Like that's impressive. So yeah, it's interesting. Like I've always thought, like, you know, I talked to Hebert.
All right, you know, I'd have to put Chris Kimmer in there too. I'd probably have to put Chris Kimmer in there. Yeah, I kind of slided him, and I don't know why, because he's still single season, one of the single season ERA leaders.
Yeah, he's a point. It's
6.
under 1. It's under 1.
Yeah, I got to put him in there.
And he'll hate me for bringing this up, but he also just texted me the video of it yesterday, I think, or the video of him talking about it. Didn't he give up the home run to end his high school career?
Yeah,
at Farmington.
Walk off.
It was 25 years ago yesterday.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, and he said the 2 greatest high school games he's ever seen is the Knoxville Farmington Regional Championship 25 years ago, and the Oneida Galesburg Legion Championship. I think probably when he played.
Probably.
And he said both went to 10 innings, both ended in a walk-off. So he just sent that video when he was speaking at his dad's memorial about it yesterday.
I really like Chris, and I forget because, you know, when he was in school, I was young, so I was running. I wasn't as concentrating on baseball.
So now let's flip the switch a little bit. You need, it's bottom of the 9th. You have 2 runners on. You have 1 runner on second. You need a base hit. You got 3 guys ready to bat.
Okay.
And you're confident in all 3 of those guys. Of kids you have coached, who are those 3 guys?
Of the kids I've coached.
Of the kids you've coached.
So you want me to pick 3 of them or just one of the 3?
Not 3 of them that, like, I'd be comfortable sending any 3 of these kids up. I need a base hit to score that guy from second. It's the bottom of the 9th.
Drew Clays.
Okay.
Bo Honeycutt.
Okay.
Blake Hennepin.
All right. Again, I said this earlier. This is not leaving out anybody in particular.
No,
just
I'm
off
just
the top
telling
of your
you,
head.
This
Yeah,
is
like
off
just
the top of my head, letting her rip.
So you'd be pretty confident batting average wise, bat on the ball. So now you're down to, I mean, I know this might not be a real scenario. You're down to bottom of the 9th. There's 2 outs. Actually, hold on, before I go to that. Now 3 batters like you know from Knoxville, whether it's be from when you played, before you played, or after you. Who are those 3 batters you're looking at?
Scott Woods, Chris Kimmer, and Bill Hennepin.
You're the Hennepins running thick. I got some baseball blood. Okay. I figured Scott would be in some. Like I said, obviously I don't know him. He's old, but I know of him. So now it's bottom of the 9th inning. There's 2 outs. The bases are loaded. You have to have a grand slam. Obviously, I know that's not a real scenario, but you have to. Top 3 guys you're setting up?
Of people I coached?
Yeah, we'll start with people you've coached that are going to hit a bomb.
Well, Drew Clays would be one because he probably had the best power since I've been here. Drew, boy, you don't see a lot of home runs.
Yeah, I know. You don't see a lot of guys that just rattle off 25 home runs a season.
Maybe Peyton Hankins.
Oh, yeah, Peyton. He's doing big things now.
Yeah. Derek Ratterman.
Yeah? Okay. He had some pop, huh?
Not a lot, but for high school.
Right.
You know.
So now, same question again. Who of all time, I guess, 3 big hitters, odds to hit a home run?
Of anybody that I know.
Yep.
I know Pat and Ronnie Pat Heiss. You could put Ronnie Harshbarger, Chris Kimmer, Scott Woods. You know, there's 3 or 4 right there. Ronnie Harshbarger leads single season home runs. I think it's 9.
Oh, really? You know, you would think, and I know this sounds crazy,
I'd
but
throw Drew in there too because he's like second with 6 or 7.
it's crazy when you hear that. Like, oh, that's the all-time. But, I mean, they're high school kids. They're only playing, 30 games?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's,
Usually the weather's shitty.
yeah, still pretty good. What other scenarios? Now, this will narrow it down, and I bet you I know. I bet I know who you're going to say.
Okay.
They're going to steal second. You have to get them out. For some reason, you got to put a catcher you've coached. I need that guy out. And it's their best runner on first. Who's behind the plate? My first initial thought was Drew, a catcher. Drew Clayton.
Yeah. He wasn't a great thrower, though. I'll tell you one, and you probably would never guess it. Jackson Lewis.
I would have never guessed that. Really? Mm-hmm. It makes sense that you
He's
say
really
it,
good
though.
behind the plate, really good thrower.
I guess I don't know the catchers you had. Was one of the Hennepins a catcher?
No.
They weren't?
Chucky was.
Chucky was, that's right. But I guess Jackson gives you your best.
Yep.
Not that the others wouldn't throw him out.
No,
but like,
not that the other ones wouldn't. I mean, you could put.
I guess I forgot Jackson was a catcher.
You could put Chucky in there. You could put Bo Honeycutt in there. Evan Rosal. You could put all them in there. But if I had one shot and had to throw him, I would take Jackson.
That isn't. I would have never guessed. Of course, like I said, I didn't really realize he was a catcher, I suppose. Huh, that's interesting. I guess I'm not going to say who's going to catch a fly ball in left field because that's whatever. But
Anybody? Hope.
yeah, yeah. No, I just thought that was interesting. Like I always talk
I like
to
it
Hubbard.
because it makes me think about old players that I had.
I've talked to Hubbard about who would you put in of all the kids you've coached. Who's your number one center? Who's your number one quarter?
Right.
It's just kind of interesting. Okay, well, I guess we can dive a little
we can
deeper.
do that.
How about you need a big first inning? Who's your first 4 batters of guys you've coached?
Oof.
Who's your leadoff? Who's getting on base?
I'm going Peyton Hankins leading off.
Okay.
I'm going to go Drew Clay's batting second. Bo batting third.
Bo Honeycutt.
Who would I bat fourth in all my guys? Probably Brett Walker because he didn't hit nothing but line drives.
Yeah, that would work. That's interesting. It is kind of fun though.
No, I got to back it up.
Uh-oh. Somebody's getting replaced.
No, I'd stick with that. It'd be close in that 4 spot, Blake Hennepin.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting.
You couldn't go wrong either way there.
Would any of those guys make the first 4 batting lineup of guys you know from Knoxville?
Say it again.
Would any of those same 4 stay in the top 4 of guys you know dating back to whenever
No.
of all time?
No.
Who would be the all-time top 4 hitters? Or top 4 leadoff, you know?
Top 4 hitters of the whole school, you mean?
Well, like-
what I feel is.
Yeah.
Well,
same
I mean, I'd
difference.
say Scott Woods, Ronnie Harshbarger, Chris Kimmer, and probably Bill Hennepin.
Yeah. I mean, there's no wrong answers.
No.
It's just, that's interesting. I was thinking about that. So I guess now kind of changing subjects at random. I was told to give you a message. I talked to Roger. I can't think of his last name. Photographer.
Perry.
I was wanting to say Peterson. I'm like, who the hell is Roger Peterson?
Roger Perry.
Roger Perry. At graduation practice, he asked, how's Rick? And I was like, I haven't talked to him for a couple of days, but, you know, whatever. And he said, well, he goes, I've listened to your that first podcast you did, I've listened to it multiple times. He goes, well, I want you to give him a message for me next time you see him, that because of what he said, when you asked him what his advice is, he said, I've gone in and gotten all my blood work done. I'm seeing my cardiologist, and I'm going to do it every 6 months to a year. He goes, I'm going to get everything. He goes, that stuck with me when he said that. He goes, so he said, if anything, that podcast, he's helping people. That helped everybody.
He sent me a text and I've actually had other friends tell me that, that they've done that. And that's a good idea, man. I'll still preach that the day I go down. That's
like I was telling Elizabeth this morning. I was like, he'll love to hear how sore my back is because his back was hurting for a long time.
Yeah, we don't want to go down that road, though.
It's like, she goes, yeah, but yours popped.
Yeah, you knew something was wrong.
I'm like, but God, I feel like I said earlier before we started recording, I don't like comparing it to anything you felt or gone through, but I feel like I'm 70 years old. I can't move.
Yes, backaches suck.
So there's I guess I started thinking of different avenues again. Like, what is something 30 minutes of a conversation every Sunday, kind of topic wise. And it's not really hard, but I know a lot about you already.
Right.
But then I started thinking, let's find out stuff I don't know.
Okay.
So how long you and Lisa been married? I think I know that, but I don't know that. Does he know that, Lisa? That's the question.
Do you know that, Rick?
16 years?
Is he close?
He's close.
17 years.
Been married 17.
Yeah. Been together.
I'm glad she's in the room because she might have to correct
Been
you.
together 31.
Oh, Lord. Actually, it's 34. She'll be 35, so 32.
32 years.
32 years. You just took you a while to pop that question or what?
Yeah.
You get nervous?
I had to make sure it's the right one.
Well, you'd think after you're 17, 18 years in.
You just got to make sure, man. You got to make sure 100%.
So what'd you say, 32 years ago?
Yeah.
You'd be 21? No, how old are you, 53?
54.
Yeah.
So you'd be 22-ish?
22.
And I don't know, you're not much older than him?
And not much.
Not much.
A couple days?
Yeah. A few years.
You don't have to tell me the difference. I know you're older, but...
I'm 57.
Oh, that ain't bad.
No.
That ain't bad.
Not too bad.
No. So, was she a Knoxville girl?
Abingdon girl.
Oh, man. We're diving deep into this.
Abingdon girl.
So what crossed your paths? What crossed your paths with her? As a young kid on the run at 22 years old.
So, the bowling alley, Northgate Bowling Alley.
Okay.
I bowled in the league with 3 or 4 buddies, and that's where I ran into her at.
Now, was she there with someone else and you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it got testy for a while.
So you kind of swept in.
Yeah.
Are you the reason she left that guy?
Yes.
Oh. I like this. It's getting deep.
I don't know if that's the
Oh, you remember. Well, we'll let you think it is. I like that. Your version is much better.
It is much better.
So at this time, you start
Talking to her or whatever,
dating.
yeah.
I just didn't know how to do it because all the kids today, we're not dating, we're talking.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Well, that means we're not allowed to talk to anybody else.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
I didn't know if they were talking on the phone.
Yeah, well, no, they don't do that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen. I don't know if they ever talk.
I'd
on the
be
phone.
confused in the new era of dating.
Oh my God, it drives me nuts. So you start dating, and not that it should, but she had 3 children.
Yep.
It didn't scare you away.
Was funny. The first date we went out on, somehow I didn't get that she had 3 kids. So we were talking on the phone the next day, and I heard one of them yelling in the background. I'm like, who the hell's that?
I can just hear that right now.
One of my kids. And I'm like, kids? That's how I found out.
Dennis tells a completely different story. He was hooked.
Whatever.
So the oldest, like you said, Ashley, the youngest, right?
Ashley.
She was only 2-ish or so.
Yeah.
And how old's the oldest at this time?
Like would have been kindergarten, around 5.
All right.
Kids are close. So
And he's
around
what?
5.
36.
So the real reason you had to make sure, well, essentially, no matter how bad Lisa could have made you mad, not that she would ever do that, you got attached to the kids.
Yeah, it's easy to do. It's easy to do when you get in a relationship like that.
Right.
You get attached, and hell, I was a kid raising kids. I had no
Right, yeah.
business in that deal doing that.
You were probably the fun guy, though.
Well, kinda.
At times.
Yeah.
So I guess, did you don't have kids yourself?
No.
You've always talked about your guys' kids as your kids,
Right.
your grandkids, which totally normal. Did you ever want kids or no?
Never had a
Do you
desire
think if
to-
she didn't have kids, would you have wanted kids?
Nope. I believe that, don't you? I don't believe that I don't want kids, do you? Yeah, no.
Why is that?
I don't
It's not my business. It's not a wrong answer.
I
but-
don't know why. I just really never. I always seen my sister had kids when she was young. My brother had kids when he was young, and they always struggled financially.
Well, you could have waited until you're 39 and had twins.
Well, true.
Like I
you
did.
No,
Yeah.
thanks. But
I mean,
I'm just saying they always struggled financially. They you couldn't do this because you had kids. I don't know. I never had a desire.
Yeah.
But I love coaching kids now and all that. It's weird.
right. Yeah, it's interesting. So you date for 17 years ish. You finally ask her to marry, or were you engaged for a long time?
No, we were only engaged for what year?
We were engaged for a little while.
Was it?
So since you didn't have, you didn't have all those kids of your own to spend your money on, you're working. I'm assuming you got a really nice ring after 17 years.
I don't know if it was really nice. Probably then it would have been considered really nice, wouldn't it?
It was nice. He did a good job. He actually asked my daughters if they
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
there you go.
Yeah.
Look at you.
So he was very thoughtful about it.
Look at you.
Back then it'd have been really nice. I don't know that it'd be a whole lot of that now.
So let me add, this is also interesting. I have obviously kids of my own before I had stepkids and
Right.
before I had kids that would be Caleb's half sibling, kids
Right.
with somebody else. So I had a parenting style before I had stepkids. You didn't.
Right.
So did that ever get to a heated moment? Or were you always, like, my dad always had free run to parent my brother, his stepson, however he
I
thought
parented
necessary.
him however I wanted.
Yeah, and I don't think it ever caused an issue with my parents.
I think
With my guidance.
yeah, but I mean even with their
I
dad,
can see. You probably got a little,
even with their dad, it was never really that big a deal.
No.
right?
Just tried to make a mind.
Yeah. But you don't really. Wow, it's like, what happened? So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
So you decide to get married. Where you get married at?
On corner of Day and
Methodist Church.
Methodist Church on Day Street over there.
North of Main Street, right? Is that
I
the?
think it's Day and
No, it'd be south of Main Street. Day, I can't think of the other road.
I can't either. It's over more
It was my grandma's church.
the rescue mission area.
Okay.
Right on the corner of Lombard sits on the
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I know where
About
you're
a
at.
block over from
I
Lombard.
know where is that where Craig Hilliard does his pancake or used to do his pancake
Oh,
breakfast? thing?
probably because
I think so.
that's my aunt and she's big into that church.
Okay. Yeah, I was the wrong side of town. Yeah, that's just really. I've always wondered the story because I knew you guys were together for a long time, essentially married. You weren't going anywhere anyways.
No.
So get married. So
loved his voice was the first thing I remember thinking. First, I thought, oh my God, he's got a really cool voice. He had a hot little body back then. Then,
So-
Like that, don't you?
everybody talks about your voice and Jake Nelson's
Yep.
voice, and the two of you together is a nightmare.
Yeah.
But your voice caused her to change her situation, and here we are 30, what did we say, 4 years later? 32, whatever, I already forgot.
A long time.
But now your voice has quieted down over the past 6 months.
That's just because I've been sick.
Yeah,
but
so that's funny. And those that did not hear Lisa, she said he had a very nice voice. And I don't know if she said
Body.
a hot little body
Yeah.
back then. So
Still rolling that
He's
way.
still hot to me.
back then,
He's still hot to me.
Rick had a hot little body. Now he's just got a
Just old.
frumpy, older body. But that's all right.
I do remember thinking he had said something and I can't remember. And I thought, well, he's a real asshole.
Oh, so I was just going to ask, how long into this
We
relationship?
can't go down that road.
How long into this relationship were you like, this dude's a prick?
But before we
Soon.
started, really, it's like, wow, he's kind of an ass. But he didn't give up.
I love
He was
it.
very relentless. He was-
I've been told the same thing. You're louder than me, though. I'm just like a genuine
You're
asshole.
assier. You're assier than
Like my
I am.
dad. Like, I don't say a whole lot, but you know that I don't want you anywhere around me.
Right.
And then when I want to say something, it's just usually doesn't make sense and it's angry. Did you go on a honeymoon?
We did to Galena.
Oh, I think I knew that.
We still go there every year.
Yeah, I think I knew that.
Last year wasn't near as good a honeymoon as it was the other years.
No?
Yeah.
Maybe next year will be. Maybe you'll win all kinds of money.
I don't care as long as I don't get any information to go with it.
Any bad information.
Yeah,
Maybe it'll be like a, hey,
you're cured.
yeah, it's gone.
Be all right.
That's what we cheer for every day.
Oh, I love it. So now you've raised 3 kids together. How many grandkids are there?
5,
And what's their age range? I
all
don't remember.
boys from
All boys.
4 months to 14.
Is Quentin going to be in 8th grade? Or a
He'll be a freshman.
freshman? I thought I saw him at the lunch the other day. They brought the 8th graders over for lunch.
Yeah,
I'll be darned. You getting old.
all boys.
Are they done having kids? Is there going to be any girls?
Nope, we're all done.
We're done.
Oh, you are just like my mom. 2 boys, then grandsons, and then Hasley, who's rougher than any of them boys combined.
Well, that's probably what had been here.
Oh my God. So yeah, that's look at you sweeping in.
Living the dream.
So you backing up a little bit. You knew she had somebody at the bowling alley, or was she with? Was she with somebody that night?
I think I was there with a friend. I don't think I was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But you knew she was
I
dating,
knew she'd been dating.
and you said,
somebody.
you know what?
Or he had
I actually told Mulv that I was taking that. I was going to take her away from him.
Yeah.
Oh, so I would have been there. Yeah.
Did Mulvey have to go for backup?
Well, Mulvey always went for backup, even when he said that I was calling for backup. When I wasn't calling for backup, he was going to be backup.
So you were the enforcer, not Mulvey.
No, Mulvey
No.
was the enforcer. But yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. As a matter of fact, I think in that ordeal, I told him to let me handle it myself. And hell, about 3 minutes into it, he was in the middle of it.
Ah, that's funny. What, a physical altercation?
Oh, yeah.
With this situation?
Oh, yeah.
Just one?
Mulvey and I didn't hang out a lot where there wasn't something going to
I remember you told me one story that you cannot say as we're recording about a situation you and Mulvey got in.
Yeah,
And-
I know which one you're.
Yeah, we can't talk about that, but that's a classic story. Maybe we need to get Mulvey over here one Sunday.
Oh, there'd be.
If we get a little booze in him, we can do it 3. We have 3 of us on here.
But it's summer. He's at the river all
yeah,
weekend.
you'd have to go.
Yeah.
We'd have to go down to the river. Happy?
Well, I guess. I mean, if we have to,
You
we
could tow
have
on the
to.
boat with him.
Oh, shoot.
Some of my best times have been with Lil Mulv.
Some of your scariest, too, probably.
Some of the saddest times have been with Mulv.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, I guess my 2 topics were the baseball, and I didn't know your exact story about how you met Lisa and how that got all started. But it's nice to know that. It's nice to know you had a hot little body.
Yeah,
No, I
I thought you'd like that.
I could just visualize it.
Suntan like you see me sometimes here. You know.
Yeah, a younger you. I'm trying to remember how young I remember you. Obviously, I would have watched you in sports growing up.
I remember you when you were little.
But I guess
You probably wouldn't have known me any time before high school. You know.
right. But like really knew who you were was
Right.
probably
We were probably adults, weren't we?
Oh, yeah. I'd say it was
I don't even know how we really hit it off.
16, 17 years ago. I really, I knew who you were, obviously, then, because I was playing for Smith and Allen
Oh,
softball.
I was playing for Quinn's.
Yeah. So I think that's like, but then I don't know how, like, I ever got to the point of speaking.
Right.
Obviously,
Yeah,
through school, sports, probably in a coach's
Probably.
office, if I had to guess. But that's funny.
We've had some good convo in that coach's office.
Yeah, it's getting better as the days go by, too.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
'Cause there's a lot brewing around here.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
And there's a lot of opinions on what is brewing around here.
Well, I could hardly imagine what them are.
Yeah, we're going to see where it goes. I have a feeling as far as Knoxville-wise and school district-wise, it's going to get a little interesting before it doesn't. And it's already interesting now, but like now at the latest news of people transferring and moving.
The ones I know, you mean?
Yeah, and I mean, they're
okay.
just,
I thought maybe there were some new ones since.
I don't think so. There is going to be, I think, Tuesday's meeting, the basketball coach hired. I don't know who. I thought Mr. Weedman told me there's a recommendation.
I think there is. I think I asked somebody that.
More power to him.
I hope he comes and turns it around.
Well, and I don't mean this bad, but there's only one way to turn it,
Up.
and it's around.
Yeah.
like,
You can only go up.
you can only go down.
Your goals
very
don't even
little.
have to be that big.
Right. So I think it'll be all right. I guess we're gonna find out.
Kind of the background I've heard from a few people that, I mean, it's the right way to go. I'm not saying it's the right person,
Right.
but
Yeah. It's
I have some news next week on our podcast.
all right.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you.
You're gonna wait.
Intriguing for next week.
All right. I'll be in suspense for another week. I'll try to come up with some other nonsense, some other stuff I don't know about you. But yeah, so this will be fun every
This
Sunday.
will be fun.
It wasn't too early, but with me being sore, it was early enough.
No, we can just pick whatever time you want.
But no, I'm fine. I mean, early in the morning gets done and over with. Then I can try to remember how to upload it.
Yeah, you got all day to do that.
After this week, it'll be all right. But this week, I might
Take a while.
might have to be like, okay. But anyways, yeah, this is our new Sunday thing. As long as we're both able, like not busy or something, or maybe we have to move it a day or two in advance or late.
We can go early or late, 1 and 2. We'll just advertise for it.
Yeah. So hopefully I get some more people out there. I have plenty of people lined up. My big ticket item I've been waiting on. If you're listening to this, you know who you are.
Uh-oh.
It's time to come on and have this conversation. But in the meantime, I suppose I got to dip in the basket of people who have agreed that are probably wondering what I'm doing. So, all right. Well, I'll let you start your day off. I'll get home and I don't know what I'll do. Probably sit down some more, get some stuff done.
Good day to watch baseball.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't even been following it, but I'm sure
Cubs play around noon if you want to know.
that's what I was banking on that. So I knew what not to turn on. Who are they playing?
Reds.
Yeah, well, they'll win. Or wait, the Reds aren't that good, right? Who's
they,
at the bottom?
They beat the Reds The Reds beat them last night.
Is it the Pirates at the
Pirates are
bottom?
bad.
That are terrible? And who's real bad? Was it the Rockies or the
Yeah, Rockies are
like
awful.
just have they
They got
won
like
10?
9 wins, 50 losses or something like that.
Oh my goodness. Well, as always, I appreciate people listening. This will give people more reason to pay attention. I appreciate your time, and we'll do it again next Sunday with some maybe new stories to them, old stories to us, but it'll be good to sit down. So I
Looking
thank you.
forward to it.
And I think our guest appearance, Lisa, so that our stats were more accurate.
Yeah, that would have been way off if I had done that on my own.
But one time when she's not here, I'll get you diving deep into stories, and then she'll have to correct you later about
Yeah, that'll be all right.
how off it was.
Yep.
But anyways, we will see you next Sunday. Thank you, everybody, for listening.